The Tribal Health and Human Services Department of the Confederated Salish and Kootenai Tribes is proud to present Good Medicine, a program dedicated to the wellness of the Flathead Nation. The mission is summarized quite simply: a healthier people, a stronger nation. We'll strive to make Good Medicine a reliable source of ideas and information about health issues so that everyone can make informed decisions about their own lifestyle and health care. You'll meet health professionals, tribal government and spiritual leaders, and interesting people from the tribal community discussing important health issues that profoundly affect us all.
Hi everybody, and welcome to Good Medicine. We're coming to you today from SKC-TV on the beautiful campus of Salish Kootenai College. And I'm Lori Lambert, in for Larry Pitts. And we want to send you a get well message, Larry. Hurry up and come back. Today we have a wonderful guest for you to meet. His name is Josh Brown. He is got a lot of credentials that we're going to talk about, and he's one of the 4 founders of ʷusm. So welcome to Larry Pitts' program.
Well, thank you.
We're really happy to hear that we have an immersion school here, and I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about the mission of that school.
Well, the mission of ʷusm is really to perpetuate the Salish language. And to get a little bit more nitpicky, it's to recreate the process where the language is passed from parent to child. And our approach for doing that is creating an immersion school for young children. And basically what will be happening in this immersion school is children will be there throughout the day with fluent speakers and just the learning normal things that kids learn in the Salish language. Basically, the Salish language will be the medium of instruction.
And what are the qualifications that you have to have this school? We were talking about that. You know, I know you.
Well, there's not any specific qualifications other than a desire. Mm-hmm. We do have fluent speakers. That's probably the biggest requirement, that we do have fluent speakers. Mm-hmm. Currently, we have 2 working for us full-time. One is Pat Pierre, and the other is Sophie Mays. And this fall, we're hoping to add another person. Mm-hmm. And we also have 2 other full-time staff, Tachini Pete and Melanie Sandoval, who are working on improving their fluency. It's pretty good right now, but they have a lot to learn, and so they're working on improving their fluency. Beyond that, the credentials that the staff has, Tachini and Melanie have teaching certificates, elementary education, and we're hoping that new staff, younger staff that come in, will have the same types of credentials.
And I want to make sure that people know that you just finished your master's degree.
Yes,
So I want to talk about that so that they know that you're the Josh Brown with the master's degree.
Okay. Well, like I said, I just finished my master's degree, master's in public administration. And before that, I did a BA in history, basically focusing on Native American issues, and a minor in linguistics. And I have a certificate to teach English as a second language. So basically, I've been working towards language preservation for a long time. I'm hoping to take care of the organizational needs of the organization and not so much the teaching needs.
And you were telling me that there was a special model that you used to transfer the language.
Yeah, the model that our immersion school is based on is TPRS, Total Physical Response Storytelling. And it was a model that was pioneered by a professor, I believe from Berkeley University. And he's a Spanish teacher. TPR has been around a long time, but he expanded it and added the S, storytelling part. So it's a more engaging, interactive way of teaching language, and it's a lot of fun.
And it fits, it would seem, to Native kids, you know, to have that storytelling part of it.
Yeah, it does, it does. We're in the process of still learning the technique, and that's what we're actually doing this summer with the staff. We did some last summer in developing the staff, and they seem to be getting it. And to give you an idea of how it works is basically you teach a key word list, like 10 words, and then from there they're incorporated into a story, and then, you know, they act them out, they get crazy, wild, silly. So it's a lot of fun this summer. I get to be silly and stupid. I get to roll around on the floor and turn off the lights, and that's how I'm improving my own Salish fluency.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I know we were talking before the program started that you looked at a lot of models before, or a lot of immersion schools, I should say, and want to tell our viewers about some of those schools that you went to visit.
Sure. Tachini and Melanie visited a school in Kotzebue, Alaska. I think it's a Inupiat language or something. I can't remember right now. But that's one immersion school that they visited. And then all of us have been to the Pakani school in Browning. And we've also been to Hawaii and visited the school there. And so those three models have really helped us in developing what we wanted to do. And Daryl Kipp of the Pakani school has really been helpful. He's like, oh yeah, call me whenever you have a question. And so he's really been helpful.
That's excellent. Yeah. Do you know how many students they have up in the Browning area that are starting to learn?
I think they have...
There's a few schools.
Yeah, they have two schools. Basically what they've done is they've added another grade level each year.
Wow.
So I think they're up to like 7th grade now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It is. And how old are the kids that come to the ⵡusm school?
The children that enter our school basically have to be out of diapers, which is approximately 2 years old, is my understanding.
You don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, be out of diapers, and kind of the cutoff is 7 years old. But we're also hoping to add another grade level. That's kind of our big aspirations. But right now we have students between the ages of 2 and 6.
Do you ever see the dream where it would go all the way to high school?
That is a dream that we have.
Yeah.
Well, you know, and that's something that we're trying to figure out how we could do that.
Sure. Yeah. I want to talk a little bit, I guess, about the founders of ws and how you got the idea for it.
Well, it's kind of became myth now. I mean,
I know.
It just kind of happened. Well, some of us, a couple of us worked for Upward Bound. Tachini and I all worked together at Upward Bound here at SKC. And we started talking about the Salish language and the things that we were interested in. And you know, we'd heard immersion schools, and then we knew Melanie was interested, and we kind of came together about 5 years ago. And at that point, all we were doing was focusing on improving our fluency skills. And so what we did was we met with different elders and just worked on learning the language. And then what grew out of that was this idea of creating this immersion school. And so a couple of years ago, we said, okay, we're going to do it. What do we need to do? So we started to prepare. It took us in different directions. Some of us pursued educational degrees, others, like myself, degrees in public administration, those kinds of things. And we set out a timeline, a time frame for the next 5 years of how we was going to do it. And we actually got a seed grant. And that kind of launched in ws. And from that, we are actually ahead of schedule by a year. We just decided we're going to do it. We're going to have a school. No more thinking, no more talking. And so then we opened our doors last fall.
With how many students?
Initially, I think we had 10 students, and 7 students completed the school year. And we're hoping for a lot more students this year. We plan on starting September, mid-September. And so right now we have an open enrollment. And we're hoping to have, we would welcome in 20, 30 kids.
how do people find out about it? Do you advertise or?
Yeah, we have been,
Yeah.
but I don't know. You know, people have been missing our ads. The best way to contact us is to call us at our office in Arlee, which is located on the old bowling alley in Arlee. It's the old Head Start building. Is basically what we have, and the number is 726-5050. So it's really easy to remember.
726-5050.
Yes.
Okay. And you're there from what time?
We're there from 9 to 4:30 Monday through Friday this summer, and we're
Rolling around on the floor.
yeah, rolling around on the floor part of the time. But the other thing that I wanted to add is that when we start school, we're looking at expanding our hours, and it depends on people's interests, because we know people have to work, and you know those hours doesn't really fit into their schedule.
Yeah.
So we're hoping to maybe start somewhere like at 7 and finish at 5:30 for those people who work. And the other thing that we've done to try to accommodate people more is we've cut tuition. There's no tuition anymore. Initially, we said, hey, we're going to have a tuition on a sliding fee scale. Well, everybody's eyes glazed over when we said that. So now we're saying, well, no tuition, it's free for this year and probably for the next few years. And if we do have a tuition, it will be a reasonable amount. We're just wanting people to help out a little bit.
And can you take children who haven't gone there, say they're 4 years old and they're ready for Head Start? Can you take them at that age too?
Oh yeah, we're more than willing to take 4-year-olds.
And they have to be a tribal member or descendant?
No,
Not at all.
it's who's ever interested.
Really?
So at this point, I think all of the students are tribal members, but we're more than welcoming to anyone who's interested in learning. The only thing is that you know the parents need to show a level of commitment by you know bringing their child to school when they need to be there, and helping out with events once in a while, those kinds of things.
Yeah, well that's a pretty normal, reasonable thing because,
Yeah.
you know, most schools ask that anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were telling me about some of the needs that you have for more Salish speakers and grant money and
Yeah.
you want to talk about that?
Okay. Well, the last 2 years have been good for us only because the tribal council has been more than generous. They've given us, I think up to this point, about $400,000. And so we're allocating that for different things, but we still need money for like transportation. We're figuring out transportation. We're looking at hiring some more staff to do fundraising, to do grant writing, those kinds of things. But we need like equipment, office equipment. We don't really have that much. And we're hoping to hire like a cook and a bus driver and all those kinds of things. And so, like any organization, it takes money to have it operate well.
If people wanted to donate some things.
Yeah, we're open to donations. Actually, a lot of people have been good about donating toys, cupboards, store things, hoses, just to water the lawn there. And we actually are open to having volunteers. We're looking for volunteers all the time.
And what would the volunteers do? I have to ask you 2 questions.
Okay.
Would you be open to like books written in Salish? Because I've seen some that we have.
Oh yes, we're open to that. Actually, right now we bought a curriculum set that it meets all the standards, the national standards, and what we're doing is translating that curriculum into Salish. So there's an English book, and then there's a Spanish version, and then we're dubbing over the Spanish version. So while it will be an immersion school, we want the students to be bilingual, at least bilingual, and so there will be a point where they will get English as well.
That's excellent. You guys are doing such a great job. It's a miracle, really, that this is happening. And I just got a signal from Elizabeth that we have to take a little break here right now. Catherine, sorry. And we'll be right back with a PSA from Graham Carr, and we'll be right back.
Hello, here's some more fruit and vegetable news you can really enjoy. This is the season for winter squash, and you know, whilst they're quite often roasted, they can also be swiftly cooked right here in a griddle. Now, I prefer a butternut squash for this recipe because I can use a peeler and it comes off quickly. You can remove the skin and then with a very sharp knife, slice it up into 1/4-inch slices, just like that. Then you can combine a 1/2 cup of flour with a 1/4 teaspoonful of each of salt and pepper and a 1/4 teaspoonful of dried basil and oregano. And if you shake them up thoroughly in the bag, then they season them nicely. And then you spray out a non-stick pan with a little olive oil spray and then saute the squash until it's brown. It needs a moderate heat. Then you just dust it with a little parsley when it's ready to serve. It looks wonderful. It's a terrific way of cooking. It's much quicker than roasting. Delicious winter side dish too. 8 slices makes 1.5 vegetable servings. So please, go on, do yourself a flavor and enjoy your 5 or more servings of fruit and vegetables every day. So good.
Hi everybody and welcome back to Good Medicine. We're talking here with Josh Brown, one of the 4 chuchamus of the ʷusm Immersion School, and he's here to tell us all about the school and the plan for the next coming year. And we have a lot to talk about, so yeah. What do you want people to know about your plan for the coming year?
Well, the plan for this coming year is to ideally have at least 20 students enroll, and that would give us a total of 27 students, and have expanded hours, improve the playground, and do a few fundraisers, and really get the community more involved in what we're doing. We've had a great turnout in the past with volunteers. We're really a volunteer-based organization. In the last 2 years, we've had a fundraiser at Arlee Powwow where we sold dry meat. And we've had over, I think, 67 volunteers who've worked some long, hard hours for us. And so we're hoping to try to get more volunteers to help us to expand the program, because we need a website built up better. We need to do some improvements to the facility, like painting and cleaning up old junk and kind of expanding the playground. And helping out with some dinners. We want to have some community dinners. Those are some top priorities right now. And working on developing a curriculum. We're looking for an architect to help us design our future school. We had some land donated to us in the Arlee area. We're hoping to build a school there and have a garden and have more space. So if there's an architect out there who wants to help us design a school, that would be great.
And what about SKC faculty development in May? All of the faculty go down there and help you out, do some of your stuff.
You know, that would be awesome if they could come down and help us improve the grounds. The grounds right now are pretty sparse. It's really dry, a lot of knapweed.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the outbuildings are kind of run down. We're hoping to spruce it up and make it look much better.
We're good at that. We are good at that. The other thing I wanted to ask you about is payroll deduction for getting funding for you.
Yes, currently we have payroll deduction here at SKC, and we also set one up at the tribal complex. So if a person wants to donate to us, they can, who is an employee of either one of those places, can have it automatically withdrawn from their paycheck. It could be as little as $2 or as much as they want. And it adds up, the $2 add up. And so I encourage people to enroll in that if they want to just donate some money to us.
That'd be great. Is there any other things that we need to talk about? You started to talk about eco-green or something.
Oh, Echoing Green, yes. Recently I was awarded an Echoing Green Fellowship, and it's an organization based out of New York City. And what they do is they fund what they call social entrepreneurs around the world to work on social issues. And my project has to do with perpetuating the Salish language. What I'll be focusing on doing is building a coalition between different entities in the community who are interested in perpetuating the language. And once this coalition is established, we'll be working on a long-term comprehensive plan and then implementing that plan to perpetuate the language. Basically, it's about putting all the community pieces together so they work together much better in perpetuating the language. I don't know if you're aware of this, but everyone's been involved in Salish language preservation, or perpetuation is what I prefer. And the college has developed some software, fonts, those kinds of things. And other organizations have worked on preserving stories, and linguists have done their thing in writing dictionaries. And what I want to do, what I'm hoping to do, is bring all of them together and say, okay, how do you all work together? How do we all work together to actually save this language and perpetuate it so that children are learning it? Not that it's written down or there's videotape of it, but that it actually lives in a community.
And to actually hear it every day.
Yes, and to actually hear it.
Go to the store and buy your groceries in Salish.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's a wonderful dream, and I know it will come true. You guys are so dedicated, it will really work. And is there any last words that you want to say to people?
The one thing that I wanted to say is that you mentioned ʷusm, the four, and that's kind of in reference to the co-founders of the founders of the organization. The four are official four are Tachini Pete, Melanie Sandoval, Cheney Bell, and myself. And this is something that we've been working on for the last 5 years, but we haven't done it alone. It's really been a group effort. We've had Francis Vandenberg help us, Pat Pierre, who else? Stephen Small Salmon, several other people. There's several of the fluent speakers have been helping us, either by donating their own time and helping us learn, money for dinners. We've had dinners at people's houses where we just sit around the table and try to talk in Salish as young ones and just listen to other people talk in Salish. So it's really been a group effort, and it still is. And people will ask, well, who's in charge? Well, officially, Tachini's the director of ʷusm, but it's really a group effort. And we've kind of started to break the work up into different categories. Melanie is in charge of curriculum issues. I've kind of spearheaded fundraising issues, grant writing. We officially just got our 501c3 status. That's something that I've been working on. So if there's anyone who wants to give the mega donations, you know, the $1 million they want to pawn off to somebody, we can accept that now. And it can be a tax deduction for them. And Cheney, he's been really helpful in doing outreach to the community, letting people know about what we're doing, and just kind of doing whatever needs to be done. He's been great at that.
The community should be really proud of this work. It's an incredible thing that you are all doing. It's just wonderful.
And before I forget, Tachini's specialty has been on capturing more Salish words in writing and adding to his dictionary. That's kind of his specialty. And handling the day-to-day operations of the organization. Payroll deduction, whatever, paying the light bill, those kinds of things. He's there on a daily basis.
You brought about something that is really interesting, and that is the addition of new words to Salish language. And how does that come about?
Well,
is there a process, you know, that, or
there is a process. There is a process. Sometimes it just happens. The process has been, someone will say, well, what do you think we should call this? Maybe referring to the bottle or a soft drink, you know, soda, for example. And someone threw out a word and, you know, kind of coined it, made it their own, and passed it around, and it got popular. And there's more of an official process where, you know, elders get together and kind of go through a list. Okay, what should we call this? It's a way of uniforming it. But everybody has their own little pet words for different new items. The way Salish is structured, the language, it's very easy to create new words for whatever, just about anything. For example, the word for soda pop is in tishk, And literally what that means is the n part means in, tish means sweet, and refers to water, ʷusm. So in tish is the word for soda pop, which means literally sweet water. And so it's flexible, it can do that, it's not dead, it has the ability to capture the reality of the present world.
That is such an interesting thing, for me anyway, about how new words get started, because I spent a lot of time in the Arctic, and the word in Inuktitut for computer is the brain that thinks outside the body.
Ah.
And I know Roy was telling me one time about the word for car is wrinkled feet.
Yes,
and if you
yes.
look at the tires, you know, that's so typical. And I think it's pretty much verb-based a lot of times too, isn't it? That
it's related
could
to
be,
verb.
yeah.
Yeah, that's one way of categorizing it. Yeah, it oftentimes describes either how it looks or how it acts or how it relates to other things. And that's a good example. Peepuation, you know, wrinkled feet is what it literally means, but it's a reference to car. So.
Yeah. Well, I just got the signal that we have a few more minutes left, and I just want to thank you for coming in today and talking about this wonderful project. I'm amazed, you know, because I knew Cheney when he was just a student, and it was such a dream, and now to see it, you know, come to fruition, it's just amazing. So I hope people will call the ʷusm school down in Arlee if you want to volunteer. Please do a payroll deduction if you're working with the tribe or at the college. Think about volunteering anytime this summer. If you have young people with nothing to do, send them down there so that they can paint fences and clean out the trash.
Yes.
And help them build the school. So it's a really worthwhile thing to do to preserve the language and help these guys with their school. I want to thank everybody for watching today. Thank Josh Brown for being our guest.
Well, thank you for having me.
And we'll see you next time with Good Medicine. Thanks everybody for joining us.
Good Medicine is your program. We hope you watch this and subsequent programs to stay informed about your health care. And we'd like to hear from you about how we're doing. Please direct any comments or suggestions you have to us. You can reach us at